It has been a hot minute since we have worked on the Firebird here, but today we are finishing up the floors. If you guys are new to the channel, my name's Nick. We're getting real close to 1,000 subscribers. You know what to do. We're at 958 right now. See if we can bump that up to 1,000 by the end of the week. Unlikely, but I think we can do it. Finishing up the floors today, what we're working on is making sure all of this stuff is structurally sound. Re-welding everything, gotta put in new seat hardware because there's a little cage right there that's supposed to hold the nut down. That little cage is right here. Straightening that out, gonna re-weld that back to the floor, and that will allow me to bolt down the subframe. The seat bolt is fixed, tapped, actually welded in solid now, which is a lot better. Could use a little extra weld, but better than it was, that's for sure, because it didn't exist before. Hopefully gonna get all of this pour 15, the floors welded in. Might go at the dash a bit once the floors are in, depending how long the floors take. So yeah, let's just get to work. I gotta clean the garage as well, so that's not fun. So the garage, in case you couldn't tell, is a complete disaster. Tools and parts everywhere. How it gets this messy every time, I really don't know. But that's gotta change. Parts are in here somewhere that I need, like now. Gonna pull all the bikes out, put them somewhere, I don't know. This is gonna suck, but at least we got a cold start on the CBR 600 F2. If you guys remember, in one of my previous Firebird videos, I did a little sponsorship deal with Super Clean, and I used it to clean up the engine. I still have a bunch of their products I'm going to be using for the rest of the build as well. But I was able to clean up the engine and lay down some pretty nice paint. Let me get you some video of that. Laid down some really clean paint thanks to the degreaser. So again, big thank you to Super Clean. They sent me an email back after watching the video, and they said they wanted to work together again. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway. I'm not going to be giving away my specific cleaner here, but this is what you'll be getting, is the aerosol can right here of the grease cleaner and degreaser, and you'll also be getting one of the traditional sort of spray style bottles. If I go right here, obviously just regular old spray style bottle. You'll be getting one of each, and I'm assuming they'll probably throw in a sticker or two. I'll make sure they do for you guys. If you want to enter, all you have to do is comment down below why you think you should win, or what you like about this video, what you guys are working on. Comment anything down below. I'm going to use a random comment generator. I'm going to assign each comment a number and then pick a random number. So yeah, all you have to do is like the video, comment down below, and once I get your address, I'll send it over to Super Clean. They'll send your stuff out as soon as possible. Like I said, you'll be getting the aerosol can. It's a pretty massive can. And this right here, I still have probably 3/4 of this left. I probably only used about 25% of this to clean this whole V8 engine. So one bottle is enough to last a good while. If you guys want to enter, comment down below, and I'll pick a random comment after the next video goes live. So yeah, if you guys want to enter, win some Super Clean product for free, costs you nothing, drop a comment, and good luck. So a few hours of cleaning, got it a lot better than it was, because I can park the KTM and the CBR up here, the bobber right here, and have a little path to the toolbox. Gonna go angle grind the floors, get them as smooth as possible, clean up any areas where I'm questioning where the floor is gonna sit, and then I'm gonna pour 15 it, maybe give it about an hour, a bit less to sit and dry. I'll work on some other stuff in the meantime. But this little cage right here holds down the nut. It holds the nut in place so it doesn't spin. You guys can see it's right in there, and that's where the subframe mounts to. That cage broke off, so re-welded that back down, added some reinforcing welds to that side, reinforced this seat thing that I'm not gonna touch. I'll hit it with this. Pretty solid now, so gonna grind up this edge, smooth out everything I can with the grinding wheel, and then pour 15 all of this stuff, blow it out, pour 15 it, and then weld the floors in, throw some seam sealer down, and paint it when it's all dry. So what I'm gonna start doing is pour 15ing this subframe. Now one thing is, these haven't been finished yet, obviously. It's just 1, 2, 3, and 4. Gotta get some plates made up with that. Gotta use a plasma cutter or something. Get some nice thick metal plates to reinforce the actual mounts. But this was all redone, all up there. So I'm gonna pour 15 the whole thing and just stop right here, probably right about there. And then obviously just not do these, and then I'll obviously do them later. But for now, I just wanna start pour 15 and getting this thing protected. And gonna finish up in there as well. Get the floors ready, cut what's left of the rust out of the front. So yeah, that's the plan. Never used pour 15 before. Let's see how it goes. So the top half of the frame, like I said, excluding the mounts, is all pour 15'd. I did the motor brackets. I also did the backing plates and 2 other little frame pieces. As you guys can see, that looks so good. It's so much better than that gross rust we were dealing with before. Inside the car, I did the entire rocker panel because I'm not dealing with rust ever. Now, of course, I'm gonna go under the car once the floors are in. But for now, I did everything that's probably not gonna have weld on it to the top of the torque boxes right there. And as you guys can see, just did everything in pour 15. Right now, I'm gonna go head out. My camera lens is dirty. I'm gonna go head out. I'm gonna grab some better gloves, some latex gloves, because the pour 15, I keep getting it on my hand. Gloves I've been using aren't exactly waterproof. So I'm gonna grab some latex gloves, a bunch of black Rust-Oleum paint so that I can go over a bunch of the stuff. I'm gonna go over the whole frame with it just because you're supposed to cover it if it's exposed to the sun. It's like super UV sensitive stuff. So I wanna just cover everything that I'm doing with pour 15 in black spray paint. It just makes sense, why wouldn't I? So I gotta sand it. I should have the sandpaper I need. So all I need to get is black spray paint. I have some, but not enough. I mean, look at that, guys. It looks so much better than what it did before. Just wait till the floors are in, it's gonna look so snazzy. So I went out to Harbor Freight and Lowe's. Can you believe they charged me $20 for a box of gloves? Anyway, while waiting for the pour 15 to dry a bit more so I can lay down my second coat, I instinctively took the door off my car. So this door, in case you guys couldn't tell, she's a little bit buggered, got sideswiped. I keep leaning against the pour 15. Door was shot, thing is just junk. So we're going from this piece of junk to this piece of junk. But this piece of junk looks a lot better. It's still got some crusties down on the bottom. The window shakes a lot, like when it's rolled all the way up, which is odd. And it needs weather stripping, but it's in a lot better shape. And it also needs a skim coat of Bondo. That door has like a bunch of little micro dents in it. These doors are like 180 pounds each. They're very heavy. And the other car is way over there, so I have to carry another door over. That's why you hear the lawn tractor in the background. But swapping doors, mostly so I have windows that close so I don't get rain and whatnot on my fresh, new, rust-proof floor. Obviously, that would, you know, suck. So that's why we're swapping out doors. Guess we're gonna put on the other door now. Needs pins, like I said, needs bodywork. But bodywork is, of all the things I have to do, I think it's obvious that bodywork is the least of my concerns. Take note of this moment, and I think I said this last time when I cut the floors up, but this is probably as apart as the car is going to get, and a lot of these parts are going back in tonight. Yikes. That's, the entire front end is gone, the doors are gone, the floors are gone. This is a mess. Got some new doors, just gotta be careful closing them. They're not perfectly lined up, but it has glass. The other door didn't. They're also in much better shape. Doesn't mean they don't need body work, but got 2 doors with windows. So, and I got a door handle on this side now. Squeaks a little and it needs door pins. Yep, in the worst way. Obviously gonna do custom door panels. I don't like those. Yeah, we got doors. I mean, I had doors before, except for these ones squeak, which is cool. And don't close perfectly. Why did I do this? Anyway, coat number 2, pour 15 going on the frame, going inside, and on all the other stuff that I was pour 15ing. So I threw down a second coat on the entire subframe, the motor mounts again, the backing plates. Still obviously wet, because, you know, I just did it. Looks so good. I can't wait to see this attached to that nice fresh firewall with all the engine paint and whatnot. Went in here and did another coat as well. All these wires and whatnot are going. I'm redoing the whole body harness. Obviously I didn't do there because I'm going to weld there, but that's what that looks like. No longer crusty. Nice stuff there. The plan right now is to let all of that Pour 15 dry overnight. Takes anywhere from 2 to 6 hours to cure, and it's getting colder, so leaning more towards that 6-hour hypothesis. Once it's dry, I'm going to hit the frame with some 320 grit, or whatever I have that's closest. Sand it all down until it's dull, and then obviously wipe it down real quick, and then spray it with some Rust-Oleum. Picked up these big cans of quick dry high performance enamel. Just gonna throw this over the top. That'll protect it. Give it one final layer to make sure this thing never ever even thinks of coming close to rusting again. That's the plan. That's the theory. So far I got the doors on, Pour 15 laid down. It's looking good. The floors will get welded in tomorrow, which is super sick. I'll hopefully grab some seam sealer as well. Gonna paint that all at a later date, probably not in this video. This video will be finished up tomorrow where we get those floors in finally and lay down some paint. So it is the next day now with the doors on. I want to see how the Pour 15 dried overnight, and I need to get some paint on it ASAP. It doesn't like sitting in the sun. Let's feel it. Wow, that stuff's impressive. Now we did a little test piece over here so we can beat on it and test it out. It's just an old brake rotor. That stuff is crazy thick and durable. Can't really scratch it at all. That stuff's impressive. I gotta say, I'm impressed with the stuff. So now I gotta sand it all down and lay down some paint. That stuff came out super solid. I assume it's the same story in here. Oh yeah. So I got the 2 motor mounts sanded, the backing plate sanded, subframe sanded, sway bar and these little frame connectors sanded. Clean them up with some alcohol, which I need to pick up more of. Now I'm going to use this Rust-Oleum 15-minute fast dry, any angle spray, tough for industrial applications. This should do the trick. Going to do the whole subframe. I only picked up 2 cans, but it's a big can. That stuff. And this, I do have to do the back side of the backing plates with Pour 15 because I haven't done that yet. And that's pretty much the idea. Spray it and then flip it over. I got to Pour 15 the underside of the subframe as well, where it actually matters. So flipped over the subframe, Pour 15 the underside, letting that dry for a few hours. Got the inside of the motor mounts painted, the back side of the backing plates Pour 15, and the floors are done. I figured self-tappers are the best way to hold them in. So a little bit of Gorilla Tape and some self-tappers and the floors are now done. Obviously, that's a joke. Self-tappers just to hold it in place while I weld it. Obviously, when we go to weld it, gonna push it down a little bit, but the seam lines up really nice in the middle. So that'll look sick. Getting ready to weld, I guess. Gotta get the grinder, grind some paint away so the welds are nice and clean, but that's what we're looking at. You can see that fresh Pour 15 in there. Now the seat bolt holes don't line up perfectly. I assume it's just because these weren't pressed perfectly and they're not in, the most ideal of ideal spots, but gotta fill in over here with some steel. But worst case, just gonna drill these out a little bit more, but it's looking pretty good. So I laid down the last coat of Pour 15 on the backing plates. That's all painted. And I laid down the last coat on the underside of the subframe. As you can see, it is glossy and it looks great. It's gonna protect the frame a ton, so I'm super excited for that. Currently working on welding in the floor pans. I'm not the best welder and the floor pans are super thin, so I'm having my dad help me with that one. But I did lay down a few kinda garbage booger welds, but technically I did. So yeah, floors are almost done, and then after this it's gonna be paint or seam sealer, paint, and then hopefully weld the patches onto the subframe here. And then once the patches are welded on, put the subframe in, mark up where my custom cross member is gonna have to be made, make it, hopefully bolt it down, and then motor, trans, wiring, everything else. So the floors are somewhat tack welded in. So I'm gonna end the video here actually, just so I don't have like a 90-minute video going up. But in this video, we got a bunch of parts cleaned. I actually just detailed the engine, got all the extra overspray off the paint. Brought the subframe in the garage because it's about to rain and it's still tacky. But I mean, it looks great. I still have to sand and paint the underside, but and obviously those horns, those 2 mounting points, and the cross member. Ton of progress made today. The floors are technically in. Obviously, I still gotta pour 15 all underneath those little cross braces. Still gotta finish welding them in, gotta seam seal and then paint over it. Not even close to getting done yet, but making a ton of progress. Actually having floors, doors that with windows, like that's an upgrade in itself. But I am gonna end this video here. If you guys are new to the channel, I'm at 963 subscribers, so be sure to subscribe. If you want to enter that giveaway, guys, make sure you comment down below. It's all you gotta do. Like the video, comment anything, and I'll pick a random comment. Like I said, guys, that's a Super Clean giveaway. Thank you again, Super Clean, for sponsoring this video as well. If you guys are new, make sure you subscribe. I've been uploading a bunch of different dirt bike racing content, Firebird content, so if you like that, you know what to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Told my brothers one day we gon' make it. We just gotta grind for that paycheck. Mama told me one day I'll be famous. Remember when she used to say she hate this. That ended with life when I say shit. Now I'm inside all them people's playlists. So one day I'll be stomping.